is about to protect the government, save the government in Himachal Pradesh. Till yesterday, we were talking about Rajya Sabha seat, that how 6 Congress MLAs cross-voted, how when Congress party have 40 MLAs and 3 independent were with them, could end up at the losing side. But today it is all about saving the government, and Congress party will have to put every effort to placate those MLAs. Rajendra Rana, and also Sudhir Sharma. These are the people who, in fact,
all right,
those 7 other MLAs.
Arun, please stay with us on the broadcast. There's the latest bit of news which is coming in. Well, yes, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu continues to insist he's not going anywhere. He continues to be the Chief Minister. But we get you some more information. There are certain front runners for the Chief Minister post if Mr. Sukhu quits. Mukesh Agnihotri, he's the Deputy Chief Minister. Vikramaditya Singh, Rajendra Rana. All of these are the names that are doing rounds right now. I'll try and cut across to my colleague Pallavi, who's with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, speculations are rife, and rightly so. This is a time when it...
Good evening, this is Brass Tax. I'm Zaka Jacob. The Himachal Pradesh government is now tottering on the brink after losing the lone Rajya Sabha seat yesterday. Today, the leader of the pack of 6 MLAs who cross-voted, Vikramaditya Singh, who's the son of the former Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh, resigned from his post as a minister. But late this evening, he has announced that he's taking back his resignation upon assurance from the observers who had been sent by the Congress High Command. The moot point is this. The Chief Minister, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, seems to have run out of the confidence of the Congress party legislators, at least a majority of them. And the moment that happens, the Chief Minister needs to step down and make way for a new leader. But the bigger question is this. Why did it take the Congress High Command this long and the loss of a Rajya Sabha seat to figure out that the Chief Minister no longer has the confidence of the majority of MLAs? Is this indicative of the Congress party yet again snatching defeat from what should have been the jaws of victory?
ना तो मैंने इससे किसी ने इस्तीफा मांगा, ना ही मैंने कोई पेशकश की।
There were some issues which needed to be addressed. I have spoken to the Honorable Chief Minister also about it.
रिपोर्ट पेश करेंगे जल्द से जल्द कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष को। कुछ कठोर निर्णय लेने होंगे।
15 विधानसभा के सदस्य हैं जिसमें जो जिनके नाम पड़े गए उनको सस्पेंड करने के लिए प्रस्ताव पारित करने के लिए वहां पर कहा गया।
Any government should have a strong opposition. It is not right, and the democratic values with such type of horse trading, someday it may boomerang.
All right, let's go straight across to our debaters tonight. Tuhin Sinha is national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Shama Mohammed is national spokesperson of the Congress party. Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist who's been covering the Congress party for a number of years. Professor Sanjay Kumar is a psephologist and co-director with CSDS. Let me start with Shama Mohammed. Why, Shama Mohammed, did it take the loss of the only Rajya Sabha seat, the loss of an election which the Congress party, at least in the 3 states that went to polls yesterday, this was the sure shot win that you should have had. You lost that seat to actually realize the bigger problem, which is that the Chief Minister of the state has lost the confidence of a majority of your MLAs.
See, let's understand one thing, Zaka. It is not what is happening in our party. Look what is happening. We had 40 MLAs. They had 25. Why did they even put a candidate? That's the thing. So this is what is happening now. Muscle power, money power, horse trading. There is no democracy. As I've said many a times, there is an undeclared emergency in this country. We have to follow certain democratic norms in this country. Those are subverted. Let's not forget the case of Anil Masih. What the Supreme Court has criminal proceedings against him. And at whose behest did he work? We know that he was a BJP person. And what happened in Chandigarh? They had, if not the Supreme Court interfering at the right time, you would have a BJP mayor over there by cheating. I mean, criminal proceedings against Anil Masih. So what is happening
Shama Mohammed,
right now
can you address the question I asked you? You're addressing
undemocratic
everything except the
leaders.
fact that your chief minister has lost confidence of his MLAs. That's the
My
moot point
chief
of what
minister-
has happened in Himachal.
My chief minister has lost the confidence of the MLAs or not is not known. You can hear certain things now. Why has the person Vikramaditya has taken back his resignation?
Okay.
If he had lost the confidence, he would not take back the resignation. Because see, you
Why
create
did he
issues.
tender his resignation in the first place? I hope you heard the press conference that he addressed this morning.
There are issues, and then we hear the BJP on the other side. They are president jumping over there saying, look what you're doing. They are against Parivarvad. Isn't Vikramaditya, doesn't he come in the Parivarvad sector? They always say we are against Parivarvad. Who is Vikramaditya? So when they want, there is no Parivarvad. When they don't want, there is Parivarvad. I really don't know what the BJP
No,
is
so
doing.
far from my understanding is Vikramaditya Singh as well as these other 6 MLAs who cross-voted are staying with the Congress. They have not joined the BJP yet. But be that as it may, let me ask Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, it's a mockery of the democratic process that 6 MLAs who got elected on a Congress ticket are cross-voting. Forget about the Congress party not knowing about it. What sort of electoral sense does that make? I mean, that defeats the faith with which the voters of those 6 constituencies sent these MLAs.
Good evening, Zaka. Good evening, everybody. Well, you would remember that just yesterday, 2 of our MLAs in Karnataka voted against the party line. So are we going to cry and say that, Congress is responsible for that? It's a fact that the Congress High Command, with its incompetence, has mismanaged at least 3 state governments. First, we saw that in Punjab, and when Amrinder Singh was the CM. Then we saw the constant fight between Ashok Gehlot and Mr. Pilot in Rajasthan, and now in Himachal. Now the fact is, I want to make a serious charge over here. The Gandhi family knew all along that this is precisely how the Rajya Sabha election in Himachal would span out. And that is exactly the reason why Sonia Gandhi preferred Rajasthan instead of Himachal, where in fact Priyanka Gandhi has a holiday home. They knew all along that there was a massive discontent, non-acceptance brewing against the sitting CM, and they, did not want to address it. I don't think, it behoves
So
them
you're
to just
saying that they made Dr. Singhvi a scapegoat of sorts?
Absolutely, a sacrificial lamb. You need to see it in the larger
I don't
context.
agree on this.
Please don't invasion. In the last 3 to 4 days, there has been a mass exodus. There has been a mass exodus for some time. But look at the kind of people who have left the Congress party. The working president of Congress party in Maharashtra, the working president of the Congress party in Assam, the lone member of parliament of Congress party from Jharkhand, 2 MLAs from Bihar, 1 MLA from Arunachal.
Okay.
So with this kind of mass
but
voters,
they're all coming to your party, which is supposedly the party with a difference. But that's a different debate. I'm not getting into that. One second.
Just 10 seconds. I can tell you, we are accepting only a minuscule fraction of the ones who are coming.
Geeta Koda, the wife of former Chief Minister Madhu Koda, he went to jail for a 3,000 crore mining
scam. You need to separate the husband from the wife.
Anyway.
The wife did not go to jail.
So let me ask Shama Mohammed to respond to what Tuhin Sinha said. He's making a big charge. And please explain the rationale for why Sonia Gandhi, the tallest leader in your party, chose to go to Rajasthan where the Congress is not in power and not fight from Himachal Pradesh where the Congress is in power. Surely there must be some merit in what Tuhin is saying, that the Congress High Command knew all along that Himachal was a problem.
No, I don't agree on that. It was decided by the High Command and also the various party members that it is good to represent Rajasthan, because she wanted to show that it is not just a state where we have one, she's going to be there. See, you have to understand, she was the former party president, a very senior leader, I mean, everything. So she wanted to show that, a state which has lost, I'm going to go from there to give them a morale boosting. You understand? And that is the reason Sonia Gandhi ji chose Rajasthan. Now, let me tell you what games they are playing. Remember when the Shiv Sena was broken into 2? Eknath Shinde faction, what was happening at that time? They took them to Gujarat. From Gujarat, they were taken to Assam. Assam, nobody, including reporters, were not allowed to enter the hotel. Now, what is going on? Basically,
those are issues of the past. I want to deal with what's happening in the present. One second. Let me go to Sanjay Kumar and to Rashid Kidwai as well. One second. Sanjay Kumar, the moot issue is this. the Congress party, the only state in northern India that it is in power in, is in Himachal Pradesh. And out of the 6 who cross-voted yesterday, I am given to understand that 4 of them, 4 out of the 6 MLAs, are from the same home district as that of the Chief Minister. And they are the ones who have the biggest problem with the Chief Minister. If a Chief Minister does not have the confidence of MLAs from his own district and the High Command has no clue about it, then surely somebody needs to ask the question, who has his or her ears on the ground?
No, Zaka, you're right. Leave aside whether these MLAs are from the district from where Chief Minister belong or not. You are being a Chief Minister of a state belonging to a party. I think it is one of the duties of the Chief Minister to be in touch with the MLAs and to try and work with the MLAs. This certainly does not present a good picture about the sitting Chief Minister of Congress in Himachal Pradesh. So it is a weakness of the party. There is something seriously wrong within the party. You know, a senior member of the party is contesting the Rajya Sabha election, and 6 out of 40 MLAs decide to do a cross voting. It's a serious problem which the party needs to address.
No, and today the situation is so bad that the budget, which is a finance bill, and Rashid Kidwai is also joining us, which was supposed to be presented today, they could not present it, and this whole suspension of 15 MLAs of the BJP happened because the government knew that if these 6 did not vote for the finance bill, then the government automatically falls. So they have decided to suspend these 15 MLAs. Now, I'll get into the merits or demerits of that in 1 second. But Rashid, the question that I asked to Shama Mohammed as well, why did it have to take the loss of a Rajya Sabha seat for a senior Congress leader like Abhishek Manu Singhvi, for the High Command, for the Congress party, its observers, everyone to wake up to realize that there's a serious problem in the state unit? The Chief Minister seems to have lost confidence of a majority of the Congress MLAs.
Zaka, I think the Congress has to set its house in order. I saw Mr. Rajiv Shukla saying that, almost gloating over the fact that that Vikramaditya Singh is, back and he is taken back into resignation. What about, the prestige or as they say, iqbal of party leadership? After all, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi was an official Congress nominee. These MLAs need to be punished. The PCC chief is Pratibha Singh, a mother of Vikramaditya Singh. So first and foremost, the Congress should sack PCC chief and obviously hold the chief minister accountable. Because unless these two things done, Zaka, I'll just take you back to events that had unfolded on September 25th, 2022, when Mr. Ashok Gehlot had defied the Congress party leadership by not holding the CLP meeting. And look what happened. Congress lost badly and Mr. Ashok Gehlot went, unpunished. Similarly, Surjewala, Randeep Singh Surjewala, who's a party general secretary, he had himself violated, cross-voted in Rajya Sabha elections of Haryana. Nothing happened to him. So the Congress is paying the price of its indifference and the kind of double standard it practices when it comes to its own, backyard. You can go on blaming the BJP, and I think there's no cause for, to blame the BJP, the kind of horse trading that took place. But Congress needs to get its own house in order, and Himachal is a litmus test.
No, nobody disagrees with the fact that the Congress needs to get its house in order. If not, at the end of the winter elections where they lost Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, certainly these were states that the Congress was expected to carry, but it did not. It lost Rajasthan. Of course, Rajasthan has a history of alternating between the BJP and the Congress. But before I go back to Dr. Shama Mohammed, Tuin Sinha, I want to come back to the point of what a lot of Congress leaders have been saying, whether it was Karnataka, whether it was Maharashtra. Now we're seeing evidence of that in Himachal Pradesh. The BJP has a habit that even in those states where it's not in majority, it lures either through threat or coercion or force or simply inducement members of the Congress party or other opposition governments and then brings them to their side. We saw this in multiple state governments. We are perhaps seeing a rerun now in Himachal Pradesh.
No, that's not correct, Zaka. On the other hand, the Congress today is groping with such darkness. It is, grappling with such darkness. There is no light at the end of the tunnel for anybody who sees a future for himself or herself in the Congress party. So at least in Maharashtra, forget BJP, the Congress workers are willing to join any party, be it Uddhav's party, be it Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena or Ajit Pawar's party. So I think, the Congress seriously needs to introspect. Now, I want to give you some data. Between 1957 and 1967, when the Congress was overwhelmingly ruling the country, both at the center and in majority, most of the states, there were in all 542 defections of MLAs reported between those 15 years. So did we, sort of make that accusation like they always do of Operation Lotus or whatever they call it? Fact is that there is a section of MLAs who want to be with the ruling party. They feel that their aspirations are better taken care of.
No, but what about CBI, IT, ED? The accusation is you're using the threat of these agencies to get these people.
Why should the ED not move against Arvind Kejriwal or against Lalu's family, who's a habitual offender, the entire family, or against Hemant Soren?
Okay.
Most of these judges, in fact, I would say the ED has been extremely lenient by serving them 10 notices at times.
Shama Mohammed, what also happened today is that 15 BJP MLAs were suspended by the Speaker, seemingly for coming to the well of the House and sloganeering and slogan shouting. Now, please explain to our viewers how this is any different from what you accuse the government and the Speaker and the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha from doing in the Parliament, where just in the last session, over 100 MPs were suspended for exactly the same kind of behavior. Your Speaker in Himachal has done the exact same thing.
Before I come to that, let me tell Tuhin some things. Subversion of democracy, as from 2014, is unbelievable thing what is happening in India in every state. Now, last year, 2023 September, Ishwarappa, their leader in Karnataka, said, Operation Lotus we are going to do here in Karnataka. I mean, they're openly doing it. They don't care who the people of India vote for, in which state. They want to subvert every vote, everybody. This is Ishwarappa on record saying that he would do it. Number two, Jairam Thakur clearly says that, we are ready to take Vikramaditya, all the MLAs. Now, I want to ask you one question today. Why is the Prime Minister always talking against Parivarvad? If he is so against Parivarvad, then he should not take people who come for Parivarvad. It is whatever they want, whenever they want, they do it. That is the problem.
No, so far, Vikramaditya has not expressed, certainly not publicly, any interest in joining the BJP.
I'm talking about the BJP, not Vikramaditya. I'm talking about the BJP.
No, he's not going. At least so far.
The third thing, he spoke about, I'll give you an example of Pratap Sarnaik of Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena. He was with Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena in March 2022. And there was the ED case against him. He's an MLA in the Shiv Sena. Once he moved over to the Eknath Shinde faction, the economic offence wing of ED closed the case in September 2020.
Okay, please answer the question that I asked about the Speaker's action, please. No, please answer the question I asked about the Speaker's action. Because he's done exactly the same thing you accuse the Speaker of the Lok Sabha and the Vice Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha of doing.
No, they have done multiple things. I mean, theirs is not 146 members of parliament suspended. I mean, have you heard of that ever in the history of India's democracy?
No, but 15 MLAs being suspended today for what? Isn't that a subversion of democracy?
There was no subversion of democracy. There was complete unruly behavior.
What were they suspended for?
Let me speak.
No, what were they suspended for?
There is continuous subversion of democracy happening.
No, what were these 15 MLAs suspended for, ma'am?
By the Bharatiya Janata
What were these 15 MLAs suspended for? Please answer the question I'm asking. Our viewers are watching.
146 MPs suspended.
Why were these 15 MLAs suspended, Dr. Shama Mohammed? The fifth time I'm asking you this question.
The Prime Minister of India every other day.
You are a perfectly reasonable spokesperson. I'm a perfectly reasonable anchor. I believe we can have a perfectly reasonable conversation. So the sixth time I'm asking you, why were these 15 MLAs suspended? What is the reason?
Sometimes it happens as unruly behavior, but it is not that every time. Look at what is happening. Why don't you ask a question to the Bharatiya Janata Party?
I'm asking questions to the Bharatiya Janata Party, but I'm also asking you questions for which you don't seem to be having any answers and you're just filibustering.
No, I have given you the answer. There is a reason unruly behavior completely.
Unruly behavior. Okay. Unruly behavior, Tuhin Sinha, your MLAs had no business coming to the well of the House, shouting, sloganeering, and therefore for unruly behavior, they were suspended.
No, she just made charges against Ishwarappa ji in Karnataka. Let me remind her that when Congress was in power in Rajasthan in 2020, 6 BSP MLAs joined them overnight. Did we make a similar charge? This is Operation Hand. So they need to grow up. I mean, there are people, everybody doesn't enjoy ending up on the losing side time and again. From 2014, the patience of the average Congress worker has been tested. And today a situation has come where most of them who are even partially talented, who see a future for themselves, want to quit the party. So you need to respect the choice instead of, bad-mouthing them the way you have bad-mouthed Milind Deora ji, the way you have
bad-mouthed. I'm just saying what Ishwarappa said. He said we will do
please don't bargain like this. Please don't bargain like this.
Democracy is justified? Are you saying
please don't bargain like this.
If
you give examples selectively, I can give you the example of Mukul Rai. Mukul Rai joined the BJP, did the cases against him, and he joined TMC back. Did we open the cases? The fact is that, as a state government in Karnataka, you are free to pursue cases of corruption against our state leaders. That is, if you have any conviction in the charges that you've made in Karnataka.
Okay, let me go back to Professor Sanjay Kumar and to Rashid Kidwai. Professor Sanjay Kumar, the bigger problem for the Congress party, and I don't think we've crossed that bridge yet, but if the Himachal Pradesh state government falls, then the Congress party does not have a single state government in northern India. And coming as it does just a few weeks before the Lok Sabha election, where I believe in the last two Lok Sabha elections, there were about close to 200 seats where there were direct fights between Congress and BJP, much of them in northern India. What signal is it sending out to even a prospective Congress voter?
No, certainly not a positive signal, because even now, even if Congress manages to maintain government in Himachal, still, by all parameters, Congress seems to be very weak in the North Indian state. Whether you go by the electoral contest of 2019, where BJP and Congress have been up against each other, or if you look at the number of states where Congress has a government in the North Indian state. Look at any parameter and it looks like that Congress is very weak when it comes to contesting against BJP. If Congress loses Himachal, then all those voters who intend to vote for Congress, they start losing hope, because they think this is the party which is, the stacks of the party is falling down day by day. So some of the floating voters who may be thinking of voting for the Congress or voting for the India Alliance, they will also get into some kind of a confusion situation. And my own sense is that Congress will start losing vote even in Himachal and in some other North Indian state. So it is a very bad news for the Congress, a bad situation. Congress heading for from bad to worse situation in 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
Rashid, I want to go back to December of 2022 when Himachal voted, and of course for a number of days there was this back and forth who will be the chief minister. And correct me if I'm wrong, at that time Mr. Suku had the backing of the High Command. It seemed like he was the High Command's choice to become chief minister. At that time, Veerbhadra Singh's wife, Pratibha Singh, she was the state chief. She had won, I think the son had won, and there was widespread expectation that somebody from the Veerbhadra family would become chief minister, because a lot of the votes seemed to be of course, anti-incumbent to the Jairam Thakur government at that time, and also there was sympathy for Veerbhadra Singh. Do you see that again having been a misread sort of a situation? Because within a year and a few months, Mr. Suku seems to have lost confidence, which means either the High Command was wrong about its choice, or Mr. Suku simply was not able to win the confidence of a majority of his MLAs.
Zaka, both constitutionally and politically, the chief minister must enjoy a confidence of party MLAs. If it was not done then, it should be done now. And that is the only course. The Congress accuses the BJP of being, not being so, democratic, personality cult, all this. If it sees any merit in those allegations, it should not be imposing, high command culture. Zaka, just see this kind of thing that Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi has a house in Shimla. So Sonia Gandhi goes and contests from Rajasthan, and Mr. Singhvi, who comes from Rajasthan, is fielded from Himachal Pradesh. First time a non-Himachali was made to contest in Himachal, which is a state.
No, Rashid, before you joined the show, Tuhin made a charge. Again, CNN News 18 can't verify it or anything, but this is his political charge, that Sonia Gandhi and the Congress leadership knew that there was a problem in Himachal Pradesh, which is why she didn't go to Himachal Pradesh, a state where Congress party is in power, and then instead went to Rajasthan, where the Congress party is in opposition, to win from there. This is the charge he made, of course, vehemently denied by Dr. Shama Mohammed. But what is your reading?
No. Zaka, Tuhin Sinha is a learned person. Is a writer. What he is saying is basically he's making a case for the scrapping of either Rajya Sabha or that entire poll process, because it was Mr. Bajpayee who shifted, the Rajya Sabha voting from from secret ballot to open ballot. What is the purpose of Rajya Sabha? It's supposed to be a saner voice, it's supposed to be a representative of states, but it is not doing that. It has become like a bazaar. Just like the office of governor and the role of speaker, I think Rajya Sabha and Rajya Sabha elections both require scrutiny. If people like Mr. Tuhin Sinha show utter disregard for this kind of democratic norms and conventions in Westminster model of democracy, how would democracy survive in the country?
No. There is a point to be answered, Tuhin, that for normal bills, parties issue whips, and if you defy the whip, you're liable to be charged under anti-defection. But for Rajya Sabha election, 6 people cross-vote, 8 people Samajwadi Party cross-vote. There's no meaningful action that can be taken against them.
Jiski lathi uski bhais.
As of now, as of now, the onus for taking action is upon the party. And even in Karnataka, where 2 of our MLAs voted against the party line, they have been given show cause notices. So I think, it's for the Congress to set an example in Himachal Pradesh. Why don't they sack the 6 MLAs? Because,
they can't sack the 6 MLAs because they'll lose majority. They'll lose their government.
So like they proudly claim in every debate that, it's good that certain people are leaving the party. Let them walk the talk over here only. Let them sack those 6 MLAs.
All right, I got to quickly wrap up. Last 10 seconds, Shama Mohammed. I really have to wrap up. After 10 seconds, I will have no choice but to cut you off. Yeah.
Rashid Kidwai said about Sonia Abhishek Manu sent to Himachal. Now, why is Ashwini Vaishnav, who's from Rajasthan, is a Rajya Sabha member from Odisha?
But he won.
Is from Gujarat.
Your guy lost.
Tamil Nadu. So please don't ask questions such as that.
That is the difference. Anyway, I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all our guests. I'm completely out of time. I need to go to the former Himachal Chief Minister, Mr. Jairam Thakur, who of course is now the leader of the opposition in Himachal Pradesh. बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए जयराम ठाकुर जी. सुखविंदर सिंह सुखू, उनका ये आरोप है कि आपने पूरे साजिश रचाई है उनकी सरकार के खिलाफ, उनकी सरकार को गिराने के लिए. वो कहते हैं कि ये बीजेपी का एक पैटर्न हुआ है, कर्नाटक में हो या महाराष्ट्र में हो, कि जो विपक्ष की सरकार है उनको आप गिराते आ रहे हैं. इसको आप क्या जवाब देंगे?
देखिए, मुख्यमंत्री जी को इस बात को समझना चाहिए, कांग्रेस के ही विधायक थे, आखिर क्यों चले आए, वो क्यों चले गए वहां उनके पास से. आज कांग्रेस के ही एक मंत्री ने उनके खिलाफ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की है. ये सारी परिस्थिति क्यों बनी, इस बात को उनको समझना चाहिए. मेहरबानी करके वो हमें दोष ना दे, अपने कार्य प्रणाली पर ही थोड़ा सा विवेचन करें, थोड़ा सा वो ये अपनी जानकारी ले लें तो उचित रहेगा मुझे लगता है. और मैं सिर्फ इतनी बात कहना चाह रहा हूं कि शायद ही किसी प्रदेश में इस प्रकार की परिस्थिति हुई होगी. जब बजट पारित करने की बात आई तो बजट पारित करने के लिए 15 विधानसभा के सदस्यों को विपक्ष के सस्पेंड करने पड़े, तब जाकर के बजट पारित हुआ. अगर विधानसभा के अंदर हमने कार्यवाही बाधित की होती तो समझ में आता. कार्यवाही में हम पूरा सहयोग दे रहे थे, कार्यवाही चल रही थी, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी हमको सस्पेंड किया, बिना वजह के किया. और ये बहुत ही अलोकतांत्रिक तरीका जो अपनाया है, इससे आज तो बच गए हैं सरकार में, लेकिन कल नहीं बचेंगे, ये बात पक्की है.
लेकिन जयराम जी, ये बात भी सच है ना कि हर्ष महाजन जो आपके कैंडिडेट थे वो तो पुराने कांग्रेसी हैं. उनको आपने 6 कांग्रेसी और 3 जो इंडिपेंडेंट विधायक थे उनके सपोर्ट के साथ, उनके क्रॉस वोटिंग के साथ आपने हर्ष महाजन को जितवाया. कांग्रेस का आरोप यह है कि आप आईटी, सीबीआई, ईडी इन एजेंसियों के द्वारा प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं ऑपोजिशन के एमएलएस के ऊपर, इसकी वजह से वो क्रॉस वोटिंग हुई है.
देखिए, बिल्कुल इन सारी चीजों का कोई अर्थ नहीं है, कोई मतलब नहीं है. किसी के खिलाफ कोई मामला ही नहीं है, जितने भी विधायक यहां समर्थन में आए हैं. और ना ही किसी के ईडी ना किसी के पीछे कोई सीबीआई की बात है इस तरह की। अगर ये विधायक आए हैं तो कांग्रेस पार्टी से नाराज होकर के आए हैं, और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि उन्होंने एक बार जाहिर की अपनी नाराजगी, अनेकों बार विधानसभा के अंदर भी और बाहर भी। और आज उनके एक मंत्रिमंडल के मंत्री ने त्यागपत्र दिया, विक्रमादित्य सिंह ने, पीडब्ल्यूडी मिनिस्टर है। और क्यों दिया? इसलिए कि जलील हुए, बुरी तरह से जलील हुए, बार बार जलील हुए
जी।
तो ये उनको समझाना चाहिए कि आखिरकार नाराज और निराश होकर के वो लोग अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर आए हैं, उसकी वजह यह है कि हमारे नेतृत्व पर उनका भरोसा है। उनको लग रहा है कि देश का भविष्य यहां है, प्रदेश का भविष्य भी यहां है। ऐसे में अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से कांग्रेस का कोई विधायक आता है तो मुझे लगता है कि इस तरह से देखने की आवश्यकता नहीं है।
जी, वो विक्रमादित्य सिंह की जिक्र की आपने, उन्होंने अपना इस्तीफा वापस ले ली है। बट वी लीव इट एट दैट। जयराम ठाकुर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। दैट्स द फॉर्मर चीफ मिनिस्टर। ही सेज इट्स अनडेमोक्रेटिक what the speaker has done by disqualifying or suspending rather 15 BJP MLAs for what they call unruly behavior. But we'll take a quick break here on the program. Up next, a very special program on Vantara. Inside Vantara, it's Anant Ambani's dream passion project to create a global hub for animal conservation. Also a look at the grand pre-wedding bash in Jamnagar, which kicks off in just a day or so from now, where the who's who from the world of business, politics, entertainment and sports will be descending to this weekend. That's coming up right on the other side of this quick break.
For Mr. Sukhu, he continues to maintain that he will remain the chief minister. The government is stable, but I'm sure there's a lot of internal competition, to say the very least, within the grand old party.
Well, I think it's still very, very early days yet, because I think those two observers who've been dispatched by the central leadership will first speak to each and every MLAs. And if you listen to what Mr. Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu had to say when he addressed the media a short while back, he remains defiant. In an ideal situation, no one would want to change the CM, because essentially it means you're then buckling under pressure. He was also chosen as a chief minister because it was felt that he had the support of a maximum number of MLAs. But the names which keep coming up is of Rajendra Rana, again one of those MLAs who did cross voting. Then you also have Vikramaditya Singh, but he does not have that kind of an administrative experience. And just merely the name is not going to be enough. And also the names of Mukesh Agnihotri, but he also belongs to the Brahmin lobby. Rajputs hold a large amount of population as far as Himachal goes. So those are the factors which have to be kept in mind. But as of now, no one is talking about successors, Anusha. No one is even talking of replacing Mr. Sukhu. Only thing is that Sukhu has made it very clear that I'm going to fight down. But if that is what the central leadership thinks, that me going away is going to save the government, then so be it. But there are no takers for this kind of an argument. As I said repeatedly, Anusha, you buckle under pressure from the MLAs. There's no guarantee it's not going to happen to you again. At this point of time, it is very important to keep the BJP away. That's what the Congress is trying. That's also the reason why they did not want that vote on budget to take place, because they are a little apprehensive that can there be another cross vote. If you cannot pass the budget, your government is deemed to be ineffective and having lost that majority. So these are the kind of optics which are now being played out.
The optics which are being played out, my colleague Pallavi and Arun Dhata continue to get us all that information, all that's happening in the politics of Himachal Pradesh right now. Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu says he's here to stay. There's open disgruntlement against the preceding chief minister. The Congress top brass, two observers, Mr. Hooda and D.K. Shivkumar, are in the state. They're likely to reach Shimla and take stock of the entire situation.
जो हमारी अभी परिस्थितियां है वहाँ हमारी मेजॉरिटी है, और ये भी ना सोचे कुछ उनके साथ के विधायक भी हमारे संपर्क में हैं। निश्चित तौर पर मैं ये दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो ड्रामा करना चाह रही है कर रही है, और उस ड्रामे को वो अच्छा निभा रही है, और अच्छे कलाकार हैं। बहुत बहुत
सर इस्तीफे की ये कौन फैला रहा है इस्तीफे की?
ये मुझे समझ नहीं आया। मेरे को तो अभी फोन आया, क्योंकि मैं तो विधानसभा की कार्रवाई बैठा हुआ था ऊपर स्पीकर के कमरे में, और डेढ़ दो महीने से ये 1.5-2 घंटे से ये न्यूज चल रही कि मुख्यमंत्री जी ने इस्तीफा दे दिया। वो भी जब विपक्ष के नेता ने मेरे पास वहाँ जो हमारे विधायक थे, कांग्रेस के विधायक बैठे हुए थे, उनके पास आके कहा पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री जयराम ठाकुर जी ने कि मुख्यमंत्री ने इस्तीफा दे दिया, तब मैंने स्पष्टीकरण देना शुरू किया कि मैं ने कहा हम योद्धा है, युद्ध की तरह लड़ाई लड़ते हैं और ये लड़ाई युद्ध की तरह लड़ रहे हैं, हर चुनौती का सामना करते हैं और हम जीतेंगे निश्चित तौर पर। मैंने कोई इस्तीफा नहीं दिया है, कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार 5 साल चलेगी। धन्यवाद।
That was Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu saying that there is no resignation that he has handed over. Once again clarifying that the government will stay in power for the next 5 years for the term it has been elected for. That's the word coming in from Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu as far as all the rumours concerning the fact that would he resign, would he quit as the chief minister. His advisor also officially issued a statement and said that all the rumours doing rounds that the present chief minister will resign is something that's not true. These are rumours. I'll cut across back to my colleague Arun Dhata. Arun, the fact that opposition alleges the members of the House from the opposition were suspended so that the government could pass its budget. He goes on.
Hello and welcome to this special broadcast as we take a look at one of the biggest animal conservation projects in the world. Mukesh Ambani's youngest son, Anant Ambani's dream project, Vantara. It's the biggest rescue center in the world. It houses over 2,000 species of wildlife, built on 3,000 acres of land within the green belt of Reliance's Jamnagar refinery complex. It is built for the rescue, treatment, care and rehabilitation of injured, abused and threatened animals. Let's take you inside Vantara.
This is Vantara, a 3,000-acre animal rescue and rehabilitation centre at the Reliance refinery complex in Gujarat's Jamnagar. It focuses on the rescue, treatment, care and rehabilitation of injured, abused and threatened animals. Vantara has been conceptualized and brought to life under the leadership of Anant Ambani, who is an ardent animal lover. The Vantara ecosystem comprises of an elephant centre which is home to over 200 elephants rescued from all over the country. The elephant centre has state-of-the-art shelters, water bodies, Ayurveda treatment sections and a large elephant jacuzzi for treating arthritis in elephants. It is also home to a 25,000 square feet elephant hospital, which is one of the largest in the world. Vantara also has a green zoological rescue and rehabilitation centre, which is home to over 2,000 animals across 43 species. Vantara has collaborated with leading experts in animal care and welfare to transform the space into a jungle-like environment where rescued species can thrive in.
Full to everyone out here, you all took the whole day, you all...
Anant Ambani and Vantara have given a fresh lease of life to thousands of rescued animals and become a beacon of hope for the global biodiversity conservation initiative.
Now, Vantara aims to become a global beacon for animal welfare and conservation. It converges experts from around the world to save and protect endangered species. CNN News 18's Anand Narasimhan travelled to Jamnagar and got exclusive access inside the Vantara rescue facility. He also spoke to the man behind the vision and the execution of this passion project, Anant Mukesh Ambani. Here's that exclusive conversation right here on CNN News 18.
Vantara, made of two words. One means jungle, star of the forest. That means when there is no hope, there is no light, it's all darkness, there's just one star or perhaps one area that is perhaps a ray of hope. And that's what Vantara aspires to be for animals in distress. Behind me is a pachyderm. There are nearly about 200 pachyderms here, ladies and gentlemen, 200 elephants. Now what you see behind me is a very special care that's being given. This elephant, like nearly about 60% of the elephants here, is more than 50 years old, 50 to 60 years old, and it has severe arthritis. An elephant itself weighs about 5 tons, and those limbs take a lot of pounding, those legs take a lot of pounding. Most of these elephants have been rescued from circuses, from being sent to begging and to doing something which is absolutely unnatural for an elephant to be doing, and that takes a severe toll on their limbs. What we are seeing is massage, oil massage being padded around their limbs, around especially the joints, so that it can heal them, it can relax them, and then they are taken into this pond, a natural habitat created because of water and the buoyancy principle. It relaxes them. They are even fed. Now if you were to see, none of the elephants here in this facility are chained. They are working with mahouts who are specifically trained with this, mahouts who for generations have been working with elephants, and they have a way to communicate. And these pachyderms cannot go anywhere else. They cannot. The amount of trauma and distress that they have gone through is immense. Elephants are very, very complex animals. And to be able to get them to this level itself is a story in itself. And that's why this is a never before initiative. And that's why this needs all our respect and attention. Because this is being done with the entire feeling of helping those animals, helping those who have no voice, helping those who have nobody to care. Who would have thought about 200 elephants, and they are in the wild? They would have all been dead. But here they are. I'm standing in the middle of a state-of-the-art operation theatre, ladies and gentlemen, with the works in terms of medical equipment. This is even powered by robotics. But the important point is that it's not just for human beings. It's not for human beings. It's for lives that we oftentimes don't value, but perhaps they're most important in our food chain. It's for the wild animals. And it's perhaps a one-of-a-kind rescue and rehabilitation center that I find myself in. And I'm so proud to be able to speak with a person who's at the heart of it all and who's championed it right from ground up, Mr. Anant Ambani. Anantji, namaste.
Anand, how are you? Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very, very much. Let me first ask you, where are we? And can you take our viewers through this? And then we'll get into the genesis of where we are in Vantara.
Currently, you are in our large animal operation theatre. This is our hospital. It's spread over 1.5 lakh square feet. You can see we have a gas anesthesia machine. We have state-of-the-art operation table, operation lights. We have a entire robotic endoscopic machine which we can also do robotic surgery with. We have ventilators. We have everything which is state of the art. I personally have not seen such a well equipped ICU. So I've visited more than, before I could build this, I visited more than 30 or 40 facilities all across the world, and I took inspiration from every one of them. And those were my inspiration to build this.
True. Now, this is a smaller animal facility. These are primates and the felines, and those are the ones which are here. There's a huge elephant hospital that you've also built. That is the Radhikrishna Elephant Welfare Trust. And that was phenomenal to see. More than 100 elephants that we saw there.
We have rescued actually more than 200 elephants from all across India.
Now, that's not easy. Now, tell me, how did that happen? What's the genesis of this?
So, my mother has always been a great inspiration to me. My mother, when I was a young boy, and we were going, I was, I think, 12 years old, we were traveling from Jaipur to Ranthambore. In the middle, on the road, we saw a young elephant with a mavat going on the road in the peak heat. And the elephant was walking a little weirdly. So I told my mom we want to rescue it. So that was the first elephant, and we had no idea how to take care of the elephant. So we got the elephant, we kept it, and then we said we'll build slowly, boon boon se sagar banta hai.
Right.
So we slowly, and today we have, that time we did not even know what to feed the elephant. We would do what the Mahavat says.
Correct.
We had no scientific knowledge. We built a scientific knowledge over a period of, I think, a decade and more. And today we have a highly professional team, more than 300, 400 professionals taking care of the elephants.
How big is this entire facility, if I may ask you?
So all our animal facilities put together spreads over more than 2,500 acres.
2,500 acres. That's a lot of space. And this is in Jamnagar. So Jamnagar is also where your refinery is, the core of your businesses is.
I would say this is my father's and my grandfather's dream. They've worked very hard. We have the world's largest refinery. We're getting the world's largest new energy plant here. And they've built everything from scratch. My mother built the township where all our employees live. She's created a city, and it was a barren desert. And thanks to my parents, this exists. And even I have seen Jamnagar since 1997. The villages around have prospered so much. It's something amazing to see it.
Now, in the heart of all of this enterprise, where Reliance core and perhaps its ancillary and affiliates overall influence more than 1.5 crore lives, correct me if my numbers is wrong, amidst all of that, you thought of saying, okay, let's go and help those who can't talk for themselves.
So Anand, I basically, when I was a young child, I told you, my mother always would tell me to take care of the animals.
So in your childhood also you would do this?
I would do it in my childhood. And my father is one of the biggest wildlife buffs. For example, when we were young, I think till the age of 18, I've not gone to any other family holiday except Africa, Ranthambore, and the jungles of Kahana, the jungles of Bandhavgarh, Kaziranga. My father would only take us to jungle holidays. So I think they inspired me to do this. And to be honest, I thought of, so domestic animals, there are many people who are doing a lot of good work across the country.
Correct.
But for wildlife, there are very few people. And, you know, wildlife is getting endangered. Here, we have more than 50, 60 endangered species.
50, 60 endangered species
who we have rescued from various backgrounds, like circuses, from road accidents, from animal-human conflict, from zoos which are overcrowded. We have rescued animals from all across, from hunting lodges in South Africa and from other places. So, while we were rescuing them, I thought that we need a state-of-the-art hospital. We need a state-of-the-art facility. I don't want to keep them in cages. I want to keep them in their natural habitat. So we worked very hard. You saw today, I showed you. We have mimicked the natural habitat to the T, as to the best of my ability. And my team is more important than me. There's a trust, and the trust runs it. So the team has created a wildlife sanctuary, and each enclosure has its own biodiversity. From the plants to the water body to even the rocks and the logs are from originally where the animals came from. Our focus is that India should not have any wild animal suffering in captivity, or any wild animal should not go without being treated.
That's a very, very big thought, because we are very rich in flora and fauna. So does that also open you up to scrutiny? Are people asking, what is this person doing in Jamnagar? Is he really creating a rescue and a rehabilitation center?
Of course, see, there are a lot of, when you do something, there'll be a lot of people who will praise you and a lot of people who will not praise you. But at the end of the day, in my heart, I know I'm true, and I'm doing it for animals.
So let me ask you, you're also very dharmic. So is there a Sanatan connect to it all?
Of course. So as you know, that in our Sanatan, you will, every deity has an animal which is close to her or his heart.
True.
Every deity
has a Vahana.
Vahana is an animal.
Yeah.
So, and in our Rig Veda, Krishna said, Krishna also says that all life is equal.
Yeah.
May it be a human, or may it be a bee, or may it be an ant, everything is equal.
Yeah, Mamai Vamsho, he says.
Yes. So here we take care from frogs to mice to everything. So I have a whole, today you've seen as a wildlife rescue center. I think I was the chosen one, and I was fortunate enough that God's blessings that I could do seva of animals. For me, in today's life you can't see God, but I see God within every animal. They say that in our dharma, they say that in a cow there are 64 crore devtas. But for me, not only in a cow, but I see in every animal a devta. So it's my giving back to society.
Does it help you heal?
Yes, of course. So I've healed a lot in my own way, and I think it's all because of the animals.
You've had your own...
I've had my own battles with my health. So
battles with health. But
I've overcome that, and I think one of the biggest reasons is that of the blessings of these animals who we have rescued. And more than that, it also makes me feel that we're contributing back to society in some way.
So what's your vision with this? Where are we going with this? Are you creating something that is going to be perennial?
Luckily I'm getting married now.
Yes, you are. Congratulations.
And I think I'm going to have one more person. Radhika is also extremely passionate about this. So I think both of us combined, and with my parents' blessings and my siblings, Akash and Isha's blessings, I think what you've seen now is only 8 to 10% of my vision.
Oh, lovely.
My vision is that at Vantara in Jamnagar, we would like to be the world's most advanced wildlife institute. And we would also like to conserve and breed critically endangered species so we can release them back in their habitat. Because a lot of species, even today as we speak, species are going extinct.
Correct.
And what you saw today is, so in Hindi there's a saying Chidiyaghar. It's not a Chidiya, Sevalya hai. So we have created it as a Sevalya. And it's an area where we only rehabilitate, rescue, preserve, conserve, and breed the endangered species.
Breed the endangered species.
So it's not a zoo, it's not for any entertainment.
Yeah, I was coming to that. So you're saying it's a Pashu Sevalaya, not a Pashu Sangrahalaya.
Yes, it's not a Sangrahalaya, it's a Sevalaya. We are hoping to open to the public soon, and this is a complete not-for-profit endeavor. We have no business interests in this endeavor.
I'm inside a state-of-the-art elephant hospital, ladies and gentlemen, and if you can see, the best of the cure is being given here. Behind me, there's a pachyderm that is going to undergo a procedure, and the entire process of sedation is actually going on. Slowly, the pachyderm will lose consciousness, and see, she's been very, very carefully restrained, but now she'll be brought in, and imagine what's going to happen. She's going to be brought for the procedure onto a bed, an operation table, that's a 7-ton operation table, so that they can, and it's on hydraulic. Now this is something which is phenomenal. Right behind me, I told you about the pachyderm which had huge amounts of burns because it was in a circus tent that was burning and it fell on it, and it had about 60 to 70% burns towards the right side, and that's where it is. And this pachyderm is now being healed in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So this is high pressure oxygen, pure oxygen that is being put onto its burn victims, on its burn injuries, and this is how it is healed. This is again a special place, a place where you can actually restrain the elephant without it having to worry or bother. This has been specially created, and the elephants are trained so that they can stand here, and that's when things like laser therapy are done here. And the amount of care, research, detailing that's been done only shows the level of commitment towards the cause of animal rescue and animal rehabilitation.
So, on that note, let's segue into our second part of this special broadcast, the Jamnagar complex, and you saw one part of it just now. It's also the site of the pre-wedding celebrations of Anant, Ambani and Radhika Merchant, which of course kick off from the 1st of March. The pre-wedding bash features a star-studded guest list from the who's who of the corporate world, the entertainment world, titans of the tech industry, and of course, sports captains. They're all going to be making a beeline this weekend into Jamnagar. Here's a sneak peek of how the world's rich and famous will be there this weekend at Jamnagar for Anant and Radhika's pre-wedding bash.
The biggest names from the world of business, sports and entertainment will descend on Jamnagar for the 3-day celebrations. Among the world's top tycoons who will be attending the pre-wedding gala are Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, and Adobe CEO Shantanu Narayan. Also on the guest list are Donald Trump's daughter and former advisor Ivanka Trump, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, Blackstone chairman Steven Schwarzman, and Disney CEO Bob Iger. Among the top Indian businessmen who have been invited are Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekaran, Aditya Birla Group chairman Kumar Mangalam Bidla, Infosys co-founder Nandan Nilekane, Serum Institute of India CEO Adar Poonawala, and RPSG Group chairperson Sanjeev Goenka. Star cricketers will also be seen in Jamnagar for the pre-wedding bash. Master blaster Sachin Tendulkar and his family have been invited. So has former captain MS Dhoni and current captain Rohit Sharma. KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya and Ishan Kishan are also on the guest list. Adding to the star power are a whole host of Bollywood celebrities. The Bachchan Khandan have been invited, so have Shah Rukh Khan, wife Gauri and their children. Superstar Rajinikanth will also be there for the pre-wedding functions. Salman Khan, Amir Khan and Ajay Devgan are also on the guest list. Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor are invited too, along with Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt, Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh, and Katrina Kaif and Vicky Kaushal. Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant's pre-wedding bash will take place at the sprawling Reliance Greens complex in Jamnagar, where the world's elite will gather to celebrate the couple.
Now, no big Indian wedding is complete without grand performances, and there is no match for the performance lineup for the pre-wedding bash of Anant and Radhika. From superstar Rihanna to desi pop stars like Diljit Dosanjh and Arijit Singh, it's set to be a star-studded affair with performances in what is surely going to be a night to remember.
Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant's wedding in July is already shaping up to be the event of the year. But before we get to the nuptials, there will be a 3-day pre-wedding extravaganza in Gujarat's Jamnagar from the 1st till the 3rd of March. The festivities will be steeped in culture, tradition and opulence. Headlining the pre-wedding gala will be megastar Rihanna. The Barbadian singer will be performing for nearly 1,000 VVIPs who have been invited by the Ambanis. Joining Rihanna will be Punjabi superstar Diljit Dosanjh, whose music is making waves around the world. Arijit Singh, Preetham and Hariharan are also expected to perform at the pre-wedding functions. Illusionist David Blaine will also perform his tricks at the event. The biggest names from the world of business, sport and movies will be ferried to the venue on chartered flights. A 9-page guide has reportedly been made for each guest, with details of the different events and the dress codes to go with them. A team of 21 chefs is being flown in for the lavish event. Over 2,500 dishes will be prepared over the course of the 3-day event, with cuisines ranging from Thai, Japanese, Mexican and Parsi. Sari drapers, stylists and makeup artists will be available on location for the guests. Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant's pre-wedding invite explains why Jamnagar was chosen as the venue. The invitation reads, "Over the years, we planted more than 10 million trees in this arid region, transforming it into a bustling green community. Taking the spirit of this initiative further, Anant has lovingly nurtured this complex into a haven of care and compassion for over thousands of rescued animals. Over the past 25 years, we've built our fondest memories in Jamnagar, and it is the place closest to our hearts. We look forward to having you as we celebrate the beginning of Radhika and Anant's wedding festivities."
And while they are there, the guests will be treated to events with themes which reflect Anant Ambani's passion. There's going to be an evening in Everland, the safari-themed A Walk on the Wild Side, where the guests, of course, will get a ringside view of more than 2,000 animals who've been rescued and rehabilitated in Vantara. And then, of course, there's the Mela Rouge, which is a dazzling ethnic Indian-themed romantic evening. As we wrap up this special broadcast, here's a look at what the guests will be treated to over 3 days in Jamnagar.
The pre-wedding festivities will take place at the Reliance Greens complex in Jamnagar. The sprawling complex has more than 10 million trees and Asia's largest mango orchard. Groom Anant Ambani nurtured this estate into a haven for rescued animals, and so the venue has a special place in his heart. The first pre-wedding function is on the 1st of March. The theme is an evening in Everland, and it comes with an elegant cocktail dress code. Day 2 kicks off with a walk on the wild side, and the attire specified for guests is jungle fever. The Ambani family has always had a deep love for safaris. The famous Kruger National Park in South Africa has been a favourite holiday spot for the family. Incidentally, Jamnagar has the largest zoo of rescued animals, and guests will probably get a chance to tour through this. The evening of March 2nd will be Mela Rouge night with a dress code of dazzling desi romance. Expect to see some glamorous looks from the Ambani family and their VVIP guests. On the agenda for Day 3 is Tusker Tales, It could be a play on the rescued elephants that have been homed at the Reliance Greens complex in Jamnagar. Guests can wear casual chic for this outing. This is followed by Hastakshar with the dress code of Heritage Indian. This will be the culmination of the 3-day festivities, which are expected to end on a traditional and regal note. The invite does mention that while the looks of each pre-wedding function are indicative, the Ambani family would want guests to feel comfortable and enjoy every moment and make beautiful memories to last a lifetime.
Presented by that this is perhaps for the first time that for them it has been difficult to get through a budget. For an elected government, it's difficult to get through a budget. Clearly, opposition taking pot shots at a very critical juncture, at a very delicate point right now for the Himachal Pradesh government.
That's right, and Anusha, BJP can say here that we haven't done anything in this. It is Congress party's own MLAs who are not happy with the top leadership, with the Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, and therefore they are resorting to these things. And yesterday, 6 MLAs of the Congress party who cross-voted in favor of BJP's candidate. BJP is saying that it was their own decision. Their own party, their own MLAs are not together. In fact, are raising questions on Chief Minister in front of him.
Arun, please go ahead. We can hear you just fine.
Yes. So when MLAs, your party's MLAs are raising questions on Chief Minister in the presence of Chief Minister, I think it creates a huge challenge for the party to actually rectify everything what has happened so far. And I think that was the reason why they immediately shifted the likes of Rajiv Shukla, who's the in charge of Congress party in Himachal Pradesh, Bhupesh Baghel, who has been in fact their go-to man in every election wherever Congress party contests. They send him there, and now we are seeing that all other Hooda and DK Shiv Kumar are coming. So they are trying to put all the efforts. On the other hand, of course, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu is also showing a brave face. Now he has realized that it is not about Rajya Sabha election. Rajya Sabha election is done and dusted, and they have lost the battle. Now it is about to protect the government, save the government in Himachal Pradesh. Till yesterday, we were talking about Rajya Sabha seat, that how 6 Congress MLAs cross-voted, how when Congress party have 40 MLAs and 3 independent were with them, could end up at the losing side. But today it is all about saving the government, and Congress party will have to put every effort to placate those MLAs. Rajendra Rana, and also Sudhir Sharma. These are the people who in fact took those 7 other MLAs.
Arun, please stay with us on the broadcast. There's the latest bit of news which is coming in. Well, yes, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu continues to insist he's not going anywhere. He continues to be the Chief Minister, but we get you some more information. There are certain front-runners for the Chief Minister post if Mr. Sukhu quits. Mukesh Agnihotri, he's the Deputy Chief Minister, Vikramaditya Singh, Rajendra Rana, all of these are the names that are doing rounds right now. I'll try and cut across to my colleague Pallavi, who's with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, speculations are rife, and rightly so.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Tonight we start with India's role in the Russia-Ukraine war.